Morning, everybody. So, looking at the Dow, um, so as usual, starting on the weekly, and this, okay, so we finally got a crow over the weekly Tekinson, okay, the blue line, and we're still battling to get through the weekly Kijinson here. Now, we have kind of broken through that trend line, and if the weekly holds like this, then that weekly trend is broken. But this little area of resistance there is what worries me. And we look at the daily, you'll see how that coincides with the cloud. Okay, so we still managed to print a green bar yesterday, and we've got a little bit of a start to the green bar now, but when we drill down into lower time frames, you'll see the things that are kind of bugging me at the moment anyway. So from a daily perspective, we have had a crossover. I need Kijinson to point up and not point to the downside. So this is my medium-term momentum, which is pointing to the downside. And speaking of momentum, let's just have a look what's happening with the OBV. Nothing really to write home about here. And I am still very worried about this picture. Okay, and to me this wedge is still in play. So a breakthrough here convincingly will ease my fears. And let's just drill down to the 4 hour. So when we look at the 4 hour, we have had some moving average crossovers. We've actually had two. So we had a 50 and 200 crossover. We've had a 50 and 100 crossover, which are both bullish crossovers. Obviously, we had the Kijinson crossover quite some time ago. Seagull span is above price, above everything at the moment. Cloud is green, future is bright. But we still have a trend here which it'll be interesting to see if it holds. So let me just clean up here. Let's leave those two in. So ideally, what we could see playing out at the moment is this. So we've had. Let's go through the price action. So we had price pull up. It consolidated, quite a big consolidation, and then it hit the top there. So if I just do that, okay, let's just ignore the tails for now, and we take from that low to there. Okay, you see, so from this area here to the top of this consolidation, we take it the same distance from here to here, start at the bottom here and extend it up, and that's our target. So what could be happening here, what could be happening here is this could be the next consolidation phase for a break up. So if we do break up here, then what we're looking for is the following. So we're going to come from here to there and extend it down. So we're looking at, let's just put a line in there so we can see what's going on. So if we do break this consolidation here to the upside, we're looking for, okay, so let's just adjust that. So then we're looking for that target, which is this top and this breakout retest. So that was the previous low. That was the high of this move here. So that's kind of the area that we will target. Okay. And that's so long as we break this this area here. Okay. If we break to the downside, then what we're going to do is basically to start with travel the height of this consolidation. So, well, we don't have to do that. Just copy this, which will bring us back to test this breakout here, and also in line with Kijinsen. Okay, I'd prefer that not to happen, because if we fall in between Kijinsen and Tikinsen, it's going to consolidate for quite some time before it breaks up. So my preference is for it to go up, but it is a market, so we just trade what happens. Okay, let's just get on the hour, and you'll see these consolidations a bit clearer on the hour, and see how we consolidate here. Okay, so looking at the hour, I'll leave that for now. So a couple of things have happened here. So we've come and tested the cloud, right? We've also, sequence band has come into price here. And if you look here, it's pointing to the upside and it's looking to break out of price, which is a good sign. Okay. And what's also a very bullish sign is if we get a crossover this side of the cloud. Okay. So remember, with when we start talking about the Ichimoku, if you have a crossover, sort of a Kijinsen crossover below the cloud, and it's a bullish crossover, it's got you take notice of it, but it's not a very high probability. If you have one in the cloud, it's kind of neutral, but it is a good signal. If you have one outside the cloud, like this, it is, well, like this is brewing to be, it is a very bullish signal. Let's see if we have it. Okay, so here's one. You see what I mean? So there's a crossover outside the cloud, and look how we rallied. Okay. Whereas when you get the crossover, we didn't get. Where was this one? There's a crossover in the cloud. You see how we first meandered, went down before we actually got going. So this is something to look out for. These crossovers, when they do happen outside the cloud, above the cloud in the direction you're looking to go. So for example, if it's a bullish crossover and you're looking to be bullish above the cloud, then it is a very good signal. And often it allows you to keep your stops as well. You can basically keep your stop below here. So I can get in, essentially I can take the risk now and keep my stop there, which is a 50 pip stop loss. Or I wait for this candle to close, which is the correct way to do it. It's another 3 minutes or so. And then what will happen is it should have the crossover, and at that point you can get in with your stop below it. Anyway, so that's the Dow. I want to see this breakout for continuation, but it is more bullish than bearish at the moment. I'm thinking this is just a consolidation phase. So any longs you have, you can keep a stop here. So a relatively close stop to where we are now. 100-point stop loss at the moment. We hope that helps. That's the Dow. I'll catch you later.